Wrong channel. Pink. Just checking some things while I wait for people to show up. Just checking. Okay. Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming. This is going to be the final stream I do in this house. Excuse me. Wouldn't be the last stream without some goofs here and there. Starting tomorrow, I'll be in a new place. So, yeah. That is something. I finished my packing yesterday. Apart from my PC setup, obviously, but that's like last minute. Since that's what gets me through the days. Yeah, Gino, it's going to be the background for the stream. It's just going to be this. Hey, Danny the Pro, Cellular Net. What? What are you doing? What is in the new? What are you talking about, Atul? What are you talking about? Hey, Hellbeat the Stinky. So, what I want to do in this stream is I want to reflect on all the years I've had in this house, all the memories that we've made, good or bad, and what plans I have for the future of this channel. So, let's go back, like way, 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 way back. Back in 2015, January 23rd, 2015, that's when I started making YouTube content. If you weren't around to see all that, I was a Minecraft YouTuber. Yeah, because I only just started learning how to play the game. And, hang on, let me put a chat box on the screen. So yeah, I was only just starting to learn how to play the game. And it was fun. It was fun at the time. I did some SMPs with some friends. I made some amazing builds. I even got into redstone at one point. So this continued from 2015 all the way through to 2020. So I've been doing the same thing, the same old Minecraft content for 5 years. And no, before you ask, I'm not that mumbo jumbo kind of guy. So there are some things in between that I also want to share. Didn't my channel get banned? No, it didn't. I'll get to that in a minute. So, yeah, throughout 2016, I was also getting into a Guitar Hero, so I was actually quite good at Guitar Hero, yet I've never actually made videos on it. And when I posted my first video on me playing Guitar Hero, No one thought I was legit. Despite me taking every great length I had in order to prove I was legit, nobody believed me. And at the time, there was a particular person who was being childish and actually made a YTP of one of my videos. Please don't look that up. But it wasn't pretty. 2016, while being an okay year in my eyes, it just wasn't pretty. Then we have 2017, and by God, 2017 was one of the worst years I've actually lived in. I try my best to forget everything that really happened in that year, but lots of shit went down. I saw beef happen between so many different people. Even ones who I was close with. I just saw loads of beef from everyone, and I felt like, was this really worth it in the end? Was it really worth playing that one game of Worms Armageddon? Was it really worth it? And that changed when 2018 rolled around. And then came 2019. 2019, I think, was a pretty mid-year. But anyway, back to 2018 for a minute. In late 2018, I started getting into Terraria modding. As I'm sure a lot of you are already aware. Terraria modding was something I actually wanted to explore for quite some time after picking up the game earlier in that year. Yeah, Terraria is a great game. I need to get back into it at some point. But yeah, modding was fun. The community, however, was a little bit toxic. I will admit. The community was very, very toxic. And especially like when it came to 2020. Up to then, I had made a couple of different mods, and I was even working on a massive mod at one point with someone. But then in early 2020, like around the same time that the coronavirus broke out and took over the world, there was a story rolling around about how the owner of a mod that I was working for was actually faking their illness for attention, and a whole bunch of other things that I'm not going to share here for privacy reasons. So ultimately, I left Terraria modding altogether and just took everything with me because I didn't want to associate with a community that's just so manipulative of their helpers. That's why I don't really work in teams that much. Because you get the feeling that when you're working with someone, you feel like you can trust them. You feel like you can trust someone who you're working with. Because you know that they're very down to earth about how they're doing and what their kind of interests are. But then later down the line, you start to notice something a little bit odd. You start to notice how they keep switching between two different things. And at first, I think it's just like they're in a slump, right? Okay, then. But then I go into the general chat, and I see a document of a load of different screenshots and stories from other users who have been affected by this user. And I'm just sitting there going like, okay, then. That's what's been happening. So, yeah, I took off from Terraria modding altogether after that. Pulled my mods from the mod browser because I just didn't want to associate with Terraria anymore. And then came Undertale. Yay. It was also around this time when I was into Undertale and Deltarune and no-hit runs. The first run I've ever done, as far as I know that you're all aware, was a Deltarune Chapter 1 no-hit run. Because I felt that it was easier to get. So I think one of my biggest... Yeah, I did do a casual playthrough on the QSV channel, yeah. You remember every bit of it. Who doesn't? Yeah, I think one of my biggest downfalls in 2020 was how I kept cheating different accomplishments. But then I eventually settled it by just doing them for real. So, yeah, 2020, I think, could have gone better. I think for everyone. Not just for me, but for everyone. Everyone had their own suffering in 2020. Don't deny it. You really hated 2020. And then came 2021. That's when the big guns starting to come out. Of course, there was Undertale No Hit Neutral and then No Hit Genocide. All happened within 2 months of each other. Of course, I had attempted, what was it? Undertale Genocide No Hit for quite some time before I did No Hit Neutral. And I also did No Hit Neutral alongside that, obviously. You think 2021 was worse since so many clowned on you? That would be 2022, not 2021. But yeah, 2021 was a little bit upsetting, if I'm honest. 2022 was just a year of dread. But yeah, I think in 2021 it was the opposite. In 2021, I was always calling out these people who cheated and whatnot. I was even informed by someone that someone actually cheated and gotten away with it for so long. And after I put out that video, they just unlisted most of their videos. I still regret making that video. But yeah, something to note actually. One of the people listed in that video wasn't actually a cheater. Well, they were a cheater, but not anymore. And if you think that you can just clown on people continuously after they've completely stopped doing what you found deplorable, just stop, okay? Like yeah, the 5 people who cheated in UT, one of them was Super Eden or Eden Studio. Now, I have since sent messages to Eden Studio and apologized for everything. But they told me that they're still getting hate, all because of my video. As the person who spread that information in the first place, I highly command you all to stop doing that. I highly command you to stop doing that. It's just bang out of line. Like, I even said that I do not encourage harassment or any form of bullying towards anyone involved in the videos I make, because they're all human. Bullying them is just not productive. Yeah, they were only banned from UDCC because they only recirculated what everyone already knew about me. Like, they reacted to a video I made, and honestly, they were being really, really harsh about it. And even they said so as well. But yeah, things being what they are, it's all over now. So they did a lot of stuff before that too. Really? Yeah, don't bring it up. There's all water under the bridge. So yeah, 2022 was very, very, very bad. Yeah, I've lost count of the amount of times I fell into a deep depression, or because of how bad I made myself feel, or what was it? People who were like believing in a narrative, or not what narrative. I don't know. I'm just voicing what's off the top of my head at the moment. I don't have a script, so yeah, it wasn't nice. So yeah, just that's when the QSV era ended. That's when the QSV era ended, because I just couldn't take the amount of backlash and all of the public shame that I was receiving for everything that I've done over the last 2 years prior to that. Not to mention, I almost killed myself. So, yeah. 2023. Now we're in 2023. IRL for me in 2023. I probably don't want to go in depth about... I mean, you already know some things that happened to me in 2023. My grandfather passed away. So, yeah. Who's 14, Xmas? Who's 14? Do you have, like, an IRL support system? I followed one for a couple of months after the QSV drama thing. And that's how I got myself back on track. Off the grind, anyway. On the grind, I still have some work to do. So, yeah. And now we're here. Nearing the end of the year, and there's still... There's still some things left in this year. But anyway, that's the entire history of it. So now I'm going to get into what is... I remember some YouTube thumbnail with a Discord screenshot with that message. What message? Anyway, so starting tomorrow... I am going to be starting anew. What's going to happen in the future of Sill Gaming? I might change the channel name back to Sill. Just Sill. Because I don't necessarily just want to do gaming on this channel following NHTP. I do have other plans as well. So that's what I'm going to do. I might do it after this stream, actually, but I'm not entirely sure yet. Or maybe... I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll put something on the end of it. I don't know, but I don't want to be known as Sill Gaming for much longer. Yeah. So, after... I finished settling into the new place. Of course, I'm going to continue doing NHTP. Vlogging, I am not sure. The one thing I don't really like about making content such as vlogging is because I don't know. I'm a little bit camera shy. I don't really feel comfortable showing my face. But I'm okay with, like, unless it's, like, very certain things, like eating salt. Yeah, I'm not that keen on vlogging, if I'm honest. What's even the point? If I just tell you what's going on in my daily life over the stream anyway. So what's even the point in that? And then there are also the other projects that I have in the works. So, I have to go back to the document because I've forgotten which ones I'm actually working on. See, I have a lot of things in the work. Met Distrust 2 Sans IRL, no clickbait. Anyway. So, Deltarune engine. That's one of the first things that I will probably finish as soon as I've settled in and want to get back into the development of things. My collection of things, Sill's collection of things, I'm still going to add to that. But keep in mind, it's not going to go on forever. There will be a final fight. But I'm not going to tell you what that is. And everyone's been asking me about this. Under Creator, am I still working on it? Is it cancelled? Or have I given up and started over? I am still working on it. I just haven't really found the kicker to keep going with it because I have so much other stuff going on right now. Maybe after I finish settling in, I can get back into it, and I will accept some of the applications for beta testing. I have received quite a lot of them, so I will consider adding a couple of people to the Under Creator team. If you want to be a part of that, then find the link on my Game Jolt page. It's under the Under Creator game page. And this one, I don't really like bringing it up because I'm not even sure if it's going to come to fruition. Undertale Unified. Am I still working on that? The answer is no. I haven't even started on it because we haven't even finished the story yet, and it's been over a year since I've initiated the project. So this might mean that I'd have to cancel it. It really depends on how we do with the new story, because we're on the 3rd iteration right now, and I don't know how far it will go. I don't know how far it will go. But we will give it a good effort before we decide whether or not to cancel it or follow through with it. I do want to develop a full game at some point. And even if Undertale Unified doesn't fit, then I have something else in mind that might be a good substitute. Of course, there are other things as well, such as the Angela Bot project, Chiptune Craze, Her Saga, and my second Amori animation. The Amori animation, man. The Amori animation. I might cancel that animation, because I think with that one I may have bitten off more than I can chew, if I'm honest. It's not only a difficult animation to make because the scene of it is so gut-wrenching, but also because it's long. I went overboard with it. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop animating though. I'm still gonna make animations at some point, but not this one. Truth Kills is not gonna make it out, I'm afraid. Right, yeah. In the document I mentioned Chiptune Craze, and I was going to explain it before everything cleared up. So, Chiptune Craze. You might remember Tetris Funkin'. I still have the engine for that, and I want to do something with it. Most of the work is already done, but there are some bits I want to reinvent before I actually make it a playable game. Of course, I have the permission from Harry LTS to use it. Special thanks to him. But yeah, it's not going to be a revolutionary thing. It's just going to be like one of those standard download and play rhythm games. And I'll also add support for custom charts as well, so that will be fun. Her Saga, don't really have any news regarding that. It is actually definitely something I want to do when I have the motivation to do it, but not for now. Not for now. And then the Angela Bot project. I do want to get back into it, but I'm gonna have to put it on hold for a while, because right now I don't possess the necessary skills to make something so complex. Now, for those who have made it this far, say I in chat, because I have something pretty special. Well, it's not pretty special. It's more like something that I just thought of randomly a couple of days ago. For those who are still here, I want to give you a very, very brief sneak peek of something that I thought of in replacement for Undertale Unified. Or I'm still going to do it regardless, but I think Undertale Unified should come first. You may remember Siblings Redemption, the game that took off and somehow Merg played it. I'm still proud of that, by the way. How do I say a lot of this without even giving it away? I had an idea in mind for a prequel. Of course, it's not going to be like a full-fledged fan game like Undertale Yellow. But I do want it to be some kind of interactive prequel. And following that, I might make a hard mode. Of course, it's going to be a very simple... not going to be simple. It's going to be kind of like how Dust Tale Last Genocide and Dust Tale the Genocide's End are separate. They're going to be different games. I'm not going to go back and update the original. It's much better just to build from the ground up with what I have in mind for a hard mode. So yeah. I was going to try and start on it so I could get it out by Halloween, but that's not going to happen. Not under these circumstances. So what I'll do is I'll put the prequel out first. Excuse me. And then I'll think about developing the hard mode. Now, of course, before you ask me, oh, are you just going to make another 7-phase game just so that I can play it? No. No. This one is smaller. So much smaller that you can literally compare it to Undertale Last Breath. It will follow a different route, is what I'm trying to say. Albeit a fairly small one. And I'll see about getting original music for it, because the original Siblings Redemption just used a bunch of fan-made tracks. So I want to try and get some original music done for that. Pyrom was willing to... one of the music composers, Pyrom, has agreed to try and get something done, so big thanks to him. Why have I disabled the ability to go rewind the stream? I have no idea how that happened. You used to be able to, but now you can't for some reason. I have no idea why. As far as I know, I didn't see any... I didn't change any settings. Oh, enable DVR is turned off. Damn it. But yeah. So, Rise, how long have you been here? Because you might have missed quite a lot. Like 2 minutes? Oh, okay. So yeah. Since right now I already have a full plate, some of these projects will have to be delayed. Maybe probably two of them will get cancelled. One of them is already cancelled for sure, and that's the Omori animation that I wanted to make. But that doesn't mean I give up on animation entirely. I still have an interest in that. I'm gonna do that a lot for her saga, so that's cool. And Undertale Unified, if we cannot get the story going, or if we just disagree that this won't work, then it just won't be worth it to continue. So yeah, that's all I have to say. I thought Semi was handling it well. Yeah, his drafts are very promising, but if we still can't make a good story, then we're just going to have to do something else. I'm not saying that it will be like that, but I don't want to tempt fate. Even though the drafts are good, it can still go wrong. So, yeah, that's all I have to say regarding that, really. Can't stay because I'm at uni right now. Hope you'll find a new house better than your current one. Thanks, Skelly. And have a good day at uni. So yeah, that's all I have to say regarding project work. In terms of content, though, that is something I'm unsure of at the moment. Like, what happens after No Hit True Pacifist? Honestly, I don't know, but I will definitely be stepping down as an Undertale and Deltarune challenge runner. The reason why I started No Hit True Pacifist in the first place was to give my challenge career a good send-off and a conclusion. And by then, I feel like I would have achieved it, even if it did take me far too long. But yeah, every other Undertale and Deltarune challenge left will be up to everyone else who still remains in the community, but not me. I want to do something else. So that's all I really have to say, really, regarding my history and future plans. I got through this faster than I thought I would. 31 minutes. I've only been... Well, actually, it's more like 30 minutes because I've spent some time waiting for people to come in. So, yeah, let us all bow our heads in favor of a bright future. I'm not entirely sure, honestly. The whole point of quitting is if you lack interest, or if you're genuinely motivated and not bored of a No Hit True Pacifist, perhaps you're not done with the game yet. The reason why I'm retiring after No Hit True Pacifist was because the reason why I did challenges like Distrust 2, Phase 1 No Hit, and Disbelief Papyrus was because I wanted to achieve something bigger and better. By the time I did No Hit True Pacifist, I feel like there would be like nothing left for me to really top it off. It's a monumental achievement. It's huge. Like one of the longest, well, the oldest run that has never been done would have finally been beaten. And I would already be really proud of that. Like, no matter how many FDY games I know hit, just nothing is going to top it. So, yes. That's my motif behind it. Many concerned, you're going to be tempted by something or other. You may be drawn to other challenges. That is something I'm considering when I'm imagining what to do next. One of my paths, I'd say, is one of my branching paths for content creation is unlocking achievements. And if said achievement in game requires me to do something without taking a hit, then sure, I'll oblige. But don't expect it to escalate in a full no-hit run. I want to be able to enjoy games again, just like that. Like, do the same thing with Disbelief Papyrus, but less suffering. I appreciate your concern, though, Rise. I do appreciate your concern, but I think by the time I finished NHTP, I would have already made my decision. What if I gathered other no-hitters into a sort of group for a segmented and have a 4-round later down the line? That was the plan, but hardly anyone was interested. There was one I've done before, but there are videos in there that I don't think others will allow me to use again because I'm using other people's content, especially from people who've grown nothing but to hate me, really. So yeah, that's why I'm not doing another one of those segmented playthroughs. I mean, I could do it, yes, but no, it's not worth it. I don't think. So there we go. I'm thinking about ending the stream shortly because I need to tidy my room and I want to have my lunch sort of early because we're going out to dinner tonight. We're going to my favorite restaurant tonight, which was a fantastic way to end off the time here in Silveropia. So if you have any questions, then feel free to ask them, and I'll spend the next 20 minutes or so answering them. Bear in mind, I am having mints, so if you do hear rustling or crunching, that'll be why. Oh yeah, and before I do that, I just want to give some shout-outs to people. First of all, my moderators. My moderators are amazing. They do a really good job. Sanzi, Rem, Short Monkey, and the Azrael. There were others, but either they resigned or abused their powers. So yeah, those people will be Rise UT. He resigned. Pyrom. I don't think he was really that active, and I think he would have. I think he took something too personally at one point, so I took him off the mod list. Do I think that something as large as No Hit True Pacifist would happen in the Undertale fangame community? Unless someone manages to beat FDY Dust Trust Phase 1 to 4 on normal mode, no. I mean, unless there's like a massive fangame that is long but has never been no-hit by anyone. I think Dust Tale has yet to receive a no-hit run. It's one of the oldest fangames. I know there have been segmented no-hit runs. FDY Dust Trust Phase 1 no-hit is like genuinely, stupidly difficult and also theoretically possible. I mean, no, right, I'm not talking about that Dust Tale. I'm talking about the Dust Tale, the fangame made in Unity. The one where Sans has a hood, and the UI just genuinely looks awful. But if I must be honest, even if FDY Dust Trust Phase 1 no-hit is within human reach, I don't think anyone's gonna try for it. Have I ever seen the Pointer Crate and Demon list? I've heard about it. I've seen it in Carl Jobs' video about Space UK. But I'm not interested in chasing demons. I mean, maybe I'll play Geometry Dash from time to time, but don't expect me to pull off anything spectacular. You and Lara Pra were theorizing on the idea of making that for Undertale? Really? How would it work? Like, we already have a point system. What's the point of making another one? Yeah, people are bound to disagree on placements. Like, I think that Undertale Last Breath Phase 3 no-hit should be on a higher level than Phase 2 no-hit. Because Phase 2 no-hit is more accessible. More people have done Phase 2 no-hit than Phase 3. So I don't know why Phase 3's a master when it should be an elite. I have no idea. But then again, what am I to know? I don't judge difficulty. I mean, I can judge it based on personal experience, but not everyone has to agree, because not everyone will agree. Yeah, like, I can hardly make it past Section 1 no hit on ULB Phase 3. But ULB Phase 2, while just as obnoxious, is easier to get. Especially at the end. Yeah, Phase 3 wouldn't be too bad if it didn't have RNG in it, but still you have to deal with the hitboxes, and that's just... Ugh. If you put Flowey above Jevil Survival... I almost said Genocide Survival. Jevil Survival. Yeah, Jevil, I think... I don't know. To me, Jevil Survival no-hit was harder than Flowey no-hit because of the spinning screen near the end. And because the hitboxes are so accurate to the sprites. In Flowey, they're not. Me and Azrael had a debate over what is harder. Excuse me one moment. Okay, there we go. So I just had to check if someone pulled up outside. Janky hitboxes are in all games. Just look at GD's trash spike hitboxes. They're actually really good. Hey, Amara73. Glad you can make it. You remember the mug? Yeah. I still have that. I still have it. The reason why I saved it was because it was so funny to me. Like, I expected him to go, ah, or something. Not, ugh. Oh, man. That's just what makes the video so funny to watch. That's why I still watch it to this day. Yeah, I do still have it. I do still have it. Let me find it. Mug ear. Let me turn up the volume. That's his ear. Still have the video of me having a mental breakdown. The Radiance one or the Gaster one? Why do people still hold on to those? People don't understand having sprite accurate hitboxes suck. Genocide Asgore tried to do that. But the yeah. The Distrust 2 one. I think the one with Distrust 2, since it was a genuine reaction, I'm okay with that. Keeping hitboxes slightly more lenient than the sprite is always great. Yes, it is good. That's what I aim for when I make a fan game. Oh yeah, and talking of which, let me... No! Wrong one. We need something like stream commands to play sound effects. Like the... Yeah, I might just do that. But I don't know how. Chapter 6 spoiler. I've already played that a couple of streams ago. Another reason why Avernus is garbage. Lol. Making a level 2.0 style. Nice. Just curious about something. How much time will pass between that Move House will begin until it end? Why do you want to know that? Why is that important to you? Yeah, I wouldn't allow control of sound effects because it's simply too abusable. Even if I add a cooldown, it will get annoying after a while. It's like text-to-speech on PlayStation. How long I may be inactive from streaming? Maybe a day, maybe 2 days. I don't know. It really depends on how unpacking goes and how much I have to do. I don't know how long I'll be inactive. We'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see how it goes. Anyway, before I get back to you all, let me just show you something that I've been adding to as of recently. Now, call it silly, call it stubborn, whatever. I was given the idea in my Discord server. Don't judge me, okay? Yep, it's official. I'm adding Scooby-Doo to my collection. And watch this. He goes Rouch when you hit him. Debug mode, not going to show the strat for this, even if it is a simple fight. And then, of course, the classic. I think here it actually makes sense.
I read more Scooby.
Yeah, there you go. That's what actually. I'm still working on Does Trust. I have to do the sprites for phase 2 before I do that. I thought of a fan game idea where Sans tries to fight you seriously, but then URB phase 3 Sans just keeps interrupting for no reason. Why? Why that? As soon as he went away, I knew it was going to happen. Now you know what happens behind the scenes. Scooby-Doo is secretly watching you. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I need to get back to my shout-out. So, shout-out to my moderators. They've been absolutely amazing. Rise especially, as well as Sandy, because they have taught me to believe in myself and shift over from being the deplorable person that I once was to being the kind soul that I don't know, I'm just trying to go by what they said instead of making up words to look better. The real Scooby was the dues we made along the way. True. Yeah, I want to thank Rise and Sandy and Made for Mario as well for personal advice and how to handle situations properly. Even if I'm not that great on the grind yet, I'm going to try and do better. That's why I'm doing the self-control streams. Distrust Shaggy won the prequel. True. Hold on 1 second. Okay. We'll see, still. I hope your progress has a stronger foundation now than ever. I'm giving it a good effort. That's all I'm saying. What was I saying beforehand? Oh yeah, the personal advice thing. See out the dark, sure. Harry LTS for still allowing me to use the Tetris Funkin' engine to make chiptune craze. Thank yous, and then Scooby-Doo replies. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, continue with the thank you. So Harry LTS, thanks for allowing me to use the Tetris Funkin' engine for a chiptune craze. Even if it's a long way away, I do plan to reinvent it, so it's not totally ripping off Tetris Funkin'. So yeah, it's going to be good. I know that for certain. Who else was there? Let me check my DMs list. Semi for his brave attempts at reviving Undertale Unified. Salty Lily for being an absolute Chad. Like, I was making my fights as hard as possible, and then she just goes and no-hits them. And I'm just sitting here like, okay, I guess I'll have to make them as harder than ever. So yeah, all the other people for adding me back onto my friends list, even after everything that has happened. So yeah, Semi, the Azriel, Made for Mario, Rise, Sandy, Skelly UT, Sean Does Stuff, Salty Lily, Sega Sonic 101, Pyrom, Danny the Pro, Ratch, Rem, Inferno Blast 261, the Dragon Fox, what a mad lad, Taddy Man, Jevil Dude, TK and Super Eden especially, because I've settled things with them peacefully. Moros 549, keep doing what you love doing. Amara 73, Undefeatable Escapist. Good luck to Gon and Marty and everyone else who's at university for their courses. Hope it is what you imagine them to be, and I hope it goes well. Lara Pra. Oh. Okay. Okay, I just got a message that I'll see you two after the stream. Thanks for letting me know. Whoever sent me that message, I'm going to keep them private, obviously. And, of course, all of you for being here. It's been an amazing ride, and now our journey is nearing its end. So I'm just happy that I still have all of your support after everything. I didn't think I was going to get this big again, but I am. So thank you to all of you. And again, I apologize if I've ever broken away any promises or said anything out of order or anything bad to you personally. It's something I always say in the heat of the moment, and right now I'm going to try and prevent that from happening. Oh, hey, Danny DePro, you're back in Discord. Nice. We are so Barack. Indeed. Indeed, brother. Not brother. Especially when Mystic Slime knows about your journey. Yes, Mystic Slime. Not only has he played my Metaton Neo game, But he also knows about my journey to no-hit true pacifist. I don't know what will happen when I finish, but I don't expect it to be taken lightly at all. Like, if it's going to explode, it is going to go bang. So yeah, I'll end the stream off now because I have to tidy my room and have some lunch early because we're going out to dinner tonight. As well as see if I can help with any packing today. So, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been an amazing 8 years in this house. And so many memories have been made. How about from starting tomorrow, or whenever I return after I finish moving house, we make some more memories. We make so many more memories that even if like cataclysmic events happen, we never forget them for what they are. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the other side. Remember, this isn't a complete goodbye. It's just the end of the era in Silveropia. Thank you.